have a full commission order from July 1st of 2025, and it looks like the injured worker had prevailed at the administrative level at either his DHO and SHO, or at the very least at his SHO hearing. And so the employer of record filed an appeal, a full request for reconsideration before the commission. And the full commissioners ended up reversing the decision of this staff hearing officer. And so his claim was allowed for, it was allowed for an injury, but it was allowed for right plantar fascia partial tear specifically. And then so the full commission ended up reversing that decision because they found the evidence that was there. I guess they're relying on some medical report of a podiatrist, and he had said, based upon reviewing the MRI, this condition wouldn't have been present, notwithstanding the fact that this guy was talking about being in pain after this mechanism of injury. And the mechanism of injury was the following. This individual was wheeling a hand cart out of his truck that was full of medical waste totes, and he went to push the cart onto the liftgate and for leverage put his right foot on the back of the cart and push, feeling a pop in his right foot. So the full commission is saying, hey, we reviewed the evidence, we're relying upon this medical expert or this medical doctor, podiatrist, and we don't feel it supports we're going to rely upon that as some evidence not supporting the allowance of the claim in this condition. So what's this guy's remedy? I think he should, one thing he could do is file this denied claim to court, and as long as he had a medical expert, I think, assuming he wasn't walking around with a funky foot before and he wasn't treating every month for his plantar fasciitis, I think there's a high likelihood that the claim would be allowed by the jury trial. So, but that would require that he would have to have an expert. He'd have to pay that expert to testify in a videotape deposition. He would have to sit for his own deposition, this injured worker, and then engage in the discovery process. And then the other problem is he's not going to have his day in court until a year from the date of filing his now denied claim to court. But in my read of this, I think, assuming all things being equal and there's no other wonky stuff going on, I think he probably would prevail at a jury trial. So I don't know, but that's the full commission denied it, but I think he probably would, you can't guarantee anything, but I think he would probably prevail at a jury trial. So.